I'll never forget the sound of her laughter, light, almost musical, coming from the kitchen that night. It wasn't the laugh she usually gave me, warm and familiar, the one that carried years of shared inside jokes. No, this one was sharper, livelier, like a laugh she'd rehearsed for someone else. That was the first time I felt it. That cold, gnawing suspicion. Emily had been working late for weeks, often coming home drained, claiming endless meetings and tight deadlines. At first I believed her. Why wouldn't I? She was my wife, the woman I trusted with every vulnerable part of myself. But lately little things didn't add up. The way she turned her phone upside down on the table, the sudden bursts of texting followed by silence, and now, that laugh. I walked into the kitchen, forcing a smile. What's so funny? She jumped slightly, slipping her phone into her pocket like a kid hiding candy. Oh, nothing, she said too quickly. Just a meme from a coworker. Coworker. That word stuck with me. The doubt. Over the next few days, doubt grew like a thorn in my chest. She came home late again on Wednesday. I was waiting in the living room when she walked in, cheeks flushed, hair slightly messy like the wind had played with it. Long day? I asked, my voice casual, though my hands clenched around the armrest. Yeah, she exhaled, kicking off her heels. Meetings dragged forever. I'm exhausted. She kissed my forehead and went straight to the shower. But when I checked her car later, the passenger seat was reclined, and there was an empty coffee cup in the holder, one from a cafe she'd never taken me to. My chest tightened. Someone had been there. I tried to talk myself down. Maybe she carpooled. Maybe she grabbed a drink with coworkers. Maybe I was overthinking. But I wasn't. The confirmation. It happened on a Friday. Emily had claimed she'd be working late again, preparing for a big presentation with her team. Something in me snapped that night. Instead of waiting at home, I drove to her office building. I parked across the street, watching the glow of lights on the 5th floor where she worked. Hours passed. Midnight crept in. And then I saw her. Not alone. She walked out of the building with him, Mark. I recognized him from the company Christmas party, the coworker she'd introduced with a casual, "Oh, that's just Mark from accounting." Just Mark. They didn't look like coworkers now. His hand brushed against hers, and she didn't pull away. They laughed, leaning close, faces illuminated by the street lamp. Then he opened her car door for her, and before she got in, he kissed her. Not a peck. Not a quick mistake. A long practiced kiss. I felt my entire world collapse in that single moment. My stomach churned, my throat burned. I wanted to storm across the street, drag him away from her, scream until my voice broke. But instead I sat frozen in the driver's seat, hands trembling on the wheel. She had chosen him. The confrontation. When she finally came home, it was past 1 a.m. She tried to sneak in quietly, but I was sitting in the dark living room, waiting. "Emily," I said. She froze, eyes widening. "You scared me. Why are you sitting in the dark? Where were you?" My voice was calm, too calm. "I told you, I was working late." She wouldn't meet my eyes. I leaned forward, my chest heavy with rage and heartbreak. "I saw you, Emily. With him. Don't lie to me." Her lips parted, her face draining of color. She didn't answer immediately, and that silence was louder than any confession. Finally she whispered, "It's not what you think." I laughed bitterly. "Not what I think. I watched you kiss him." Her knees buckled slightly, and she sat on the edge of the couch, staring at the floor. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she muttered. My hand shook. "You didn't mean for it to happen. You've been sneaking around for weeks. Do you know what that does to me? To us." Tears welled in her eyes, but they didn't soften me. "Not this time." "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I was lonely. You've been so focused on work, on paying bills, on everything." Mark just listened. He made me feel alive again. Those words stabbed me deeper than the betrayal itself. Alive again. So what was I? Dead weight. The fallout. We fought until dawn. Words flew like knives. She begged me to understand, to see it as a mistake, but how could I? Every memory we had, our wedding vows, our late-night talks, the little rituals that made us us, felt tainted. You destroyed us, Emily, I said, my voice breaking. And for what? Some cheap thrill with a coworker. She cried harder, reaching for me, but I pulled away. I couldn't even look at her. For days, the house became a graveyard. We spoke only in clipped sentences. I slept on the couch, though sleep never really came. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them together. Her smile, his hands, their kiss. I checked her phone once, needing to torture myself with the truth. There they were. Dozens of messages, hidden in a folder. Late-night confessions. Oaks. Even "I miss you" when she was lying next to me. I threw the phone across the room, shattering it against the wall. Choice. Friends told me to leave her, that once trust is broken, it never comes back. My mother said, "Son, you deserve better. Don't chain yourself to someone who betrayed you." But marriage isn't so black and white. Part of me still loved her. The part that remembered how she looked on our wedding day, or how she laughed when we danced in the kitchen at midnight. That part of me whispered, "Maybe you can fix this." But then I'd remember the look on her face when she kissed him, and the whisper would turn into rage. Finally one night I told her, "I can't do this anymore." Her tears flowed freely. "Please, David, don't give up on us. I'll cut him off. I'll change jobs. I'll do anything. Just don't leave." I stared at her, searching for the woman I married. Maybe she was still in there, buried under lies. But the damage was done. "Emily," I said, voice low, "you already left me the moment you chose him." The ending. The divorce was brutal, not because of the paperwork, but because of the silence that followed. Packing up our life together felt like burying someone I once knew. I left the house we bought, the walls we painted, the memories we carved into every corner. She tried to reach out a few times after. Texts, voicemails, even showing up at my new apartment once. But I didn't answer. Couldn't. Every time I saw her, the wound reopened. Months later I heard she'd quit her job, cut ties with him. Maybe she regretted it. Maybe she didn't. But it no longer mattered. What mattered was me. My healing. My future. And yet, on quiet nights when the house feels too big and the bed too cold, I still hear her laugh. The one that wasn't meant for me. And it reminds me that love, once broken by betrayal, can never return the same. 'Cause I found out the hard way.